One of the things which is very crucial to security when it comes to Windows is Windows updates. It's highly suggested that you keep your Windows operating system up to date as possible so that it can patch up security breaches, which in turn protects your data. So to access Windows updates, you can actually go over here on to the Windows and you can go on to settings. And right over here in settings, you can actually see here update and security. So right now it is telling me that updates are paused. That is because I actually paused the update for a while for this lesson. So as the update is paused, it actually is not downloading any updates. And if your computer is up to date, it'll mention here that your computer is up to date. So let us see some update options right over here. So there's advanced options right over here. So let's see what these options actually tell you to do. So here it says receive updates from other Microsoft product when updating Windows. So if you have a Microsoft Office package or everything else, then if you were to turn this on, and if the software is from Microsoft, then it'll update those as well as you're updating Windows, which might be a feature you want to if you want the latest applications. So I have mine turned off. So download updates over metered connections. So if there are metered connections, sometimes you're actually paying for per gigabyte of internet use. In that case, you may not want to download updates over that connection. In that case, you can actually turn this off, or you can actually turn it on if it is in a metered connection itself as well. The updates will still download. Usually I like to keep this off as well because I want to be connected to an internet that's in an unlimited plan before I actually start downloading. The other one is restart the device as soon as possible when a restart is required to update on Windows. And Windows will display a notice before the restart as you see. So by the time you actually download updates, some of the updates actually require you to restart the device. In that case, if you turn this on, it'll try to restart it as soon as possible. Sometimes when you're working, you might not want to turn this on, but if you use your computer for general purposes, then you might want to turn this on because restarting may take some time. So if you want your PC to give update notification, you can show a notification when PC requires a restart to finish updating, and a notification will pop up in the notification panel right over there. So usually you may want to turn this on as well. If you want to pause your update until a certain date, you can actually go over here, and then maybe you don't want to download your update until a certain date, you can actually choose that over here as well. You can totally pause the update as well. However, this is highly not recommended because your computer might have some security breaches. So you can also choose when the updates are installed. So you can actually go over here. So and a feature update which includes new capabilities and improvements, it can be delayed in days. So you may want to update a major feature update which changes the outlook of the Windows maybe only after 8 days. You can choose that as well. And quality update are those which improve security improvements. So usually I like to keep this in 0 because I want Windows to have in high security mode. I want it to be secure, but usually feature updates you can wait a few days and it won't be a problem. So let me just go back over here, and here you can even see your update history. So you can see latest feature update that you actually got last time. So I got mine over here in this date. You will see what updates you actually did over there in that period of time as well. You can also change the active hours. So when you actually change the active hours, current active hour is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That means the updates will be downloaded from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it'll be installed in that time. You can also change this to somewhere around night when you actually leave the computer on. It can do the update itself. You can do that as well if you want to. So also it says automatically adjust active hours based on activity. So if you were to actually do this, then based on how much you actually use the computer, it'll try to set the active hours itself. So you can turn that on as well if you don't want to worry about this. And what that will actually do is it'll let you use the computer as normal, and it'll record your activity and will change the active hours of the updates, and it'll update when you're least using your computer. So that's a handy feature if you don't want to worry about updates as well. So right now I have my updates paused, as you can see. So if you will actually see, right, pause updates for 7 days. If you were to click it, then the updates will be paused. So usually in home edition of Windows 10, the updates cannot be paused for a long period of time, or maybe there are some updates that you need to immediately install. It's not valid for home edition, but for professional education, professional editions or educational editions, then you do have these options. So in my case, I do have an update waiting to happen. So I'm just gonna click on resume updates, and it'll check for updates now. And what I can actually do is I can come here, I can check for updates manually as well, and it'll try to download this. So you can see that right now it's checking for updates. And over here, it found updates. It says updates available. So I manually check my updates. So it's a security intelligence update and some .NET framework. So optional updates are also available. So if you do want to add it. So these are the compulsory ones, as you can see, which are very essential. Windows will download them. But here it says there's an optional update as well. So cumulative update. So if you want to update it, get the latest features, you can simply click download and install, and it'll download those updates as well. So just like this, you can manually download the updates and then it'll get installed. And this way you can get the latest features of Microsoft Windows 10, plus you get a very good security on your Windows system, so that your files and information are all secure. So that is how you change the settings of the Windows updates and keep your PC up to date using Microsoft Windows 10. So hope you guys learned something as always. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.